I'm going to send you to the same place I sent the 7th Hokage, Boruto.
What's up, y'all? We back at it with another video, and after we just got the sneak peek for Boruto Chapter 222, I got to thinking of what I really want to see if Momoshiki happens to return. Now, I know some of you guys said y'all don't want that to happen, not yet anyway, and some of y'all believe that's something that's going to happen later on down the lines, but if it does happen, I need it to be epic as hell. Now, we about to dive into it, but before we do, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. This is not nothing that has been confirmed to happen. This is just some things I would like to see. This is prediction, I guess you could say, a prediction or theory video for the next chapter of Boruto. So, if Momoshiki comes on the surface, let's just say your boy Jura is on the verge of about to kill him, Boruto. I want it to be something where, like, your boy goes in for the finishing blow. And think of Bleach when Grimjaw was about to get that finishing blow on Ichigo, and Ichigo wasn't even looking at him, and he just like caught the hand of Grimjaw, and the shockwave like shattered the building on the side of him. I want something like that where Boruto is unconscious, his face is looking in the opposite direction, and Jura's just like, yo, this is where you die. And then he goes to attack Boruto, and Momoshiki come out and grab the hand and like stop it, like right in front of the eye of Boruto, or Momoshiki, so to speak. And he's just like, oh my gosh, you don't know how long I waited for this kid to lose control. Then they just like cut to your boy Koji, like, you know, he's in the lair, like, I can't go out there. And then you got him thinking to himself, like, it's not Jura that I'm afraid of. It's your boy Momoshiki. If I show up, he won't hesitate to cut me down, because he's seen that I know the different paths, and he feel like he knows that I'm probably his biggest threat because I know what he's capable of doing. So he's going to try to cut me down. I feel like that right there already is just going to make fans be like, hey, yo, maybe it ain't Jura we should be worried about. Maybe it's Momoshiki. And you could just have it where him and Jura clash, and it's just like an all-out straight battle. And then you could have it where, because Momoshiki was suppressed by Boruto for so long, the whole time he's been focusing on increasing his strength, so that when he did take over Boruto's body, he can do as much damage and just ruin this guy Boruto's life so much that maybe Boruto may seep into despair and give up control over his body. Because remember, before the time skip, once everything happened with the switch with the omnipotence, you know, his whole thought process was like, yo, when Boruto loses everything, I will gain control over his body. You know, that's what he thought was going to happen. But Boruto remained strong and, you know, level-headed and said, yo, I mean, hey, look, shit happens. But then, you know, you can have it where in present day, while he's facing off against Jura, he's thinking to himself, if he caused so much destruction, so much grief, that Boruto himself can't bear to know that his body was responsible of it, he may want to hide away in the darkness, in the depths of his mind, you know what I'm saying, and just be a coward, pretty much, so to speak. Kind of like Yuji from JJK. Remember in the Shibuya incident where your boy Sukuna, like, everybody in that area he took out except for Megaman. You know what I'm saying? He took out everybody. Then he snapped. He actually left that location to take Megaman to get, you know, tended to. Then he returned back to that location so that when Yuji would get control of the body, he can bear witness to all the devastation that he caused. And you had it where Yuji was broken from that. He was just like, yo, I did this. I took all these lives. He just felt so pathetic and so sorry for himself that he wanted to die. And then he got even more so when Nabara got taken out. So imagine if your boy Momoshiki is thinking like, yo, right now, Jura isn't my main concern. My main concern is causing destruction. So much destruction that Boruto can't bear to see it all. He can't bear to witness it all. He's like, yo, taking out his friends, you know, Sarada, Miski, Araya, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do. She's already gone, so ain't no need to mess with her. And you can have it where, you know, he's not even paying Jura any mind, but at the same time, That's angering Jura. It's making him feel like, yo, you're not seeing me as the threat that I am. You're looking at me as if I'm just a small pawn. And you can have Momoshiki. I want him to have some cold lines, like just as cold as the lines Boruto been having in this series. I want Momoshiki to look at him like, yo, nah, you're just a peon. I'll get back to you in a little bit. And you could have it where Momoshiki is going to finish off Sarada because he's like, yo, this is really a cause Boruto despair, and I increase my chances of taking over this body. And then you can have it where right when he's about to kill Sarada, that's when Jura comes in and attack him, and you know, kind of like hits him in the direction of the Sand Village. And then you can have it where, you know, Momoshiki said like, yo, I wasn't going to entertain you. I was going to allow you to live because you could help me further this guy's despair. But since you want to butt in, I could show you these hands. And you can have it where they're clashing. And since Jura hit him in the direction of the Sand Village, you can have it where the Sand Shinobi are seeing the battle go on right before their very eyes. And at the same time, you can have it where they're trying to intervene because remember, Boruto is considered to be a fugitive because he did kill Naruto. Well, we know he didn't, but you know, the world thinks that. And of course, they know that the Senjus are also targets that they need to be taken out. So you can have it where you have Sand Shinobi, I was about to say Sand Leaf, but Sand Shinobi start to attack both of them as they battling it out. And at the same time, these guys are also, you know, Jura as well as Momoshiki is destroying the village. More so Momoshiki because Jura doesn't really show aggression to people unless they kind of threaten his plans. You know, that's the only time he really attacks them. So you can have it where Momoshiki is pretty much throwing big blasts and destroying the Sand Village, which is further Boruto being seen as the criminal that he is. It'll make people believe like, yo, there's no way that this guy is good. He just attacked the Sand Village for no reason, just to prove how strong he is. And at the same time, you can have it where he's actually starting to be too much for Jura, where Jura says like, yo, you know, I need to find Naruto, consume him, to go even further because that's his desire to eat Naruto. I don't know if it'll necessarily make him stronger, but you could have it where maybe they believe that. And he's thinking to himself like, yo, him right now is not enough for Momoshiki. And you could have like, not necessarily fear. Yeah, fuck that. Nah. I want it to be fear where, you know, Jura, all these emotions that they're feeling, like love and all of this stuff, this is all new to them. And you can have it where Jura himself is unaware of what this feeling is. And you can have Momoshiki get in his face and is like, yo, that feeling you got, that's called anger. That's called fear. He said, yo, I had fear once in my life. And then you can have a flashback when Boruto actually got pierced by a Kawaki, and you know, boy Momoshiki had to use the last % of his cells to save Boruto's life. You can have it where that's the one and only time that he actually experienced fear. And then you can have, but anger, that's something I've dealt with for years. And you can have like flashbacks of him just looking at everything Boruto was experiencing throughout the time skip that angered him because it was keeping him suppressed. And you could just have it where he's just beating the hell out of Jura. Like, I mean, to the point where you can have it where, as well as Hidori, the one that looked like Bug, all of these guys are coming to his aid to help out in this battle. And you could have it where Jura just has to retreat. And as he's retreating, he looks at your boy Momoshiki and he says like, yo, it's no longer Boruto that concerns me. It's you. And I'm going to come back for you. I feel like that would be, hey, look, now that might be a little too much to fit in one chapter, but I feel like that would be dope as hell. Momoshiki trying to bring Boruto into more despair. At the same time, he ends up fighting Jura because Jura wants to take out Boruto, and then he gets upset that Boruto doesn't see him as a threat, not realizing that it's Momoshiki. And then at the same time, they destroy most of the Sand Village. I think that would be amazing for, for something that could happen in the upcoming chapter of Boruto. It's just a prediction, a theory of mine. You guys can let me know if y'all rock with it. I'm pretty sure some of y'all won't. Most of y'all won't. And some of y'all will be like, Nero, that's stupid. That's not going to happen. But you guys can let me know how y'all feel about it down below. And let me know what predictions you got for the upcoming chapter of Boruto. But hopefully you guys liked this video. And if you did, thumb it up, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.